Charlotte man involved in a controversial 2023 CMPD bus stop arrest is now suing the department and the city of Charlotte. In his lawsuit, Anthony Lee claims officers wrongly arrested him after mistaking a legal hemp cigarette for marijuana. Attorneys say Lee and his fiancée told officers the product was legal, but Lee was arrested anyway.
And video that you see here of this incident went viral after officers were seen forcing the couple to the ground and repeatedly striking the woman. All charges against the couple were dropped a month after the arrest. Lee is now seeking damages and a jury trial.
All right, joining us now, our chief legal analyst, Khalif Rhodes. Khalif, let's start here. Are you shocked at all that the woman didn't file this, because she was the one who was on the other end of what you could say, the beating on the ground?
I would agree. I was suspecting when I first got the notice that we were doing this story. I was like, okay, she's bringing the claim, and it's the male. I'm not sure why. Maybe there's some other potential angle that she's going with. That doesn't diminish his claim. I just had the expectation that it would have been her, and not him.
So when we look at this, I guess the central legal issue here? Is it that police may have made a reasonable mistake, or that the law requires them to have a little more smell and sight of, before arresting someone for a possible possession?
I'm laughing the way you characterize that, saying smell and sight. So there are two cases in North Carolina, Dobbs, and the other one is Rowdy, and the Supreme Court in our state addressed both that you need more than just smell. It needs to be the totality of the circumstances, because smell is not enough. Looking at the SBI guidance that you can't distinguish the two, looking at CMPD's own bulletin that advises their officers that you can't distinguish the two. The only thing and the reason I laugh about it is because those cases were 2026. This happened in 2023, so they really wouldn't have any bearing on this specific case, but they would be guidance and helpful. The biggest issue with this case is probable cause. Did the officers at the time have probable cause? Probable cause being that a crime has occurred and that more likely than not you have committed that crime. That's going to be up for a court to make a determination if this makes it to court, because do you have probable cause just based on smell? Looking at the body cam footage, you'll have to see, well, what else did they believe? Smell and sight are not going to be enough.
Do you think this does make it to trial based on, I mean, obviously the facts of the case, but this went viral and this was a very big deal in 2023. I
mean, looking at the history of CMPDs, their likelihood of success for this type of case is high. This is a false arrest, unlawful seizure under a 1983 type of claim, so I think they would be successful with that. That's probably moderate to high. And so if you're advising CMPD of the likelihood of the strength of plaintiff's case, then yeah, you're advising to settle, because this isn't one that you can just continue to drag out, because at the end of the day, you may potentially win. I mean, there's a malicious prosecution. That's not there because the case was dismissed. And then you have that municipal liability. Could you also bring the city involved in this claim? You want something like this to go away. The viral aspect of it doesn't help. Finding jurors that haven't had any interaction with this, yeah, that's great. But then can they set to decide? They may say they can, but can they actually set seeing someone being punched repeatedly connected to this case? That's all that I would be contemplating when I'm thinking about advising them, and I would say settle instantly.
The punching repeatedly, as we know, was not according to any conduct that CMPD puts out there, and that is something we talked a lot about in 2023. But for the arrest, could you, playing the other side of this, say, well, if you guys had just complied and we could talk this out reasonably, but part of the reason why it escalated was because they were refusing to kind of comply with the officer's orders.
100%. I mean, what I can say is that will be the argument that CMPD would make. But we have to remember that we have laws in place that you have no duty to comply if you're not breaking the law. And so officers have an obligation to say either they're detaining you or arresting you. And if they're going to arrest you, it has to be based on some violation of the law. If the key issue here is no violation of law, i.e. there was no probable cause to arrest because there was no possession of marijuana, then there's no case. Then you have no duty to comply. The issue is, again, back to probable cause, and that's going to be, I wish our North Carolina courts would have made a clear red line on saying, yes, smell alone is enough, or no, smell alone is not enough. Yeah. Adding that to the totality of the circumstances puts us in this gray area where the courts will have to make a determination.
All right, Khalif, appreciate that. Thank you so much.
Queen City News Plus. Just search Queen City News on your smart TV's app store.